Hi guys, so today what we're going to do is draw this meerkat that you can see on the screen. So I've just printed this little meerkat out a little bit smaller so you guys can see as I go along. I've also got a large version for myself here, just so it's a little bit clearer for me as well. But I'll more than likely stick to the small one. So for you at home, doing this, you can draw from a computer screen, possibly if you don't have a printer to print out your image. But we're going to actually be using really basic shapes today to try and get the shape of this meerkat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the meerkat image itself. I mean, you can do this on a computer screen with a ruler as well. But what I'm going to do is measure like the depth of the meerkat head. So we're looking there roughly about 1.5 centimeters. So 1.5 centimeters, so that's one head, 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads, 5 heads. Yeah, so we're looking at about 6 heads there, all right? So if I just write up here 6 heads, just to remind myself. Now, what I'll do is I'll draw the basic shape of the head. Let me just see if I can fix this a little bit clearer for you. So draw the basic shape of the head. Now my head might not necessarily be exactly the same size as the head here. So what I'm going to do for me, oh actually check that out, it basically is the same sort of size as that head. So I'm just going to come down here to the 9 centimeters. And what I'm going to do is going to make a couple of little dashes where the head thicknesses would be. These are just like little construction lines. Just so I can see on the body, so it's probably one head, then just below the shoulder that'll be another head. So I know here, like the shoulder will probably start about here. You know, that would probably be 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads, the elbow. So the elbow is probably going to be about here, etc. Okay? Right. So from there, we've got the head of the meerkat itself. It's got like a pointed little nose. So I'm just going to put a little bit of triangle on there like so. And I'm just going to give a little bit of a rounded bit here to the back of the neck. And down like so. And I'm going to, this part of the body here, you can see, it's almost like an angled ellipse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an angled ellipse like that. And then here is like almost like a straight up and down ellipse to like the base of the tail. Try and do this. I'm a bit restricted because of my stand here, so bear with me. And then if we think about the legs itself, so look at the structure of the legs. So we've got like the knee sort of area here, and it comes down and then it flattens out. So that's one leg. And then another leg like so, and then the foot. Okay? To me it almost looks at this moment in time like an ant standing up, but it's a meerkat, believe me. Right, so we've got our hands are dangling here, so I'm just going to put 2 little dashes just for where the hands will come. And then I'm just going to work backwards up into the elbow sort of area here, and the hands would flow down. And then we've got this part of the chest here that you can see here, so this hand would be coming out and flopping down like so. Okay, hopefully you're all happy so far with how I've got this far. Now this is now the point where you would start to refine the lines. So you want to really do the lines at this stage really light. So now if I add in, so I'm just going to put in a few little marks for the ears. This would probably be the area for the eyes and the nose sort of area here. I'm going to cut into that a little bit for the neck area, down into the chest area, around the back of the neck, into sort of like the shoulder area. So we need to add a little bit of muscle here for this meerkat, because obviously it's not a little stick meerkat. It actually has some muscle to it, or some flesh as such. So I'm just going to build that up, starting to refine the lines, and then it's got its little tail along the ground here. The hands are just a little bit more formed here, but we're going to work on those in a later video. And you can see how I'm just adding further detail to the meerkat. So you'll see here his fingertips. You may not necessarily be able to see this very well, but its knee is coming out and it's just touching the fingertips here. It's like I say, it's hard for you to see, but I can see it. So I need to know that I can bring the thickness of my knee out more, down into the bottom of my leg. It may look a little bit strange at this stage. And then the other leg on this side is just below this. So as much as this was part of the other leg where I was doing the little stickman part, that actually works out quite well, because it's going to help me add some more flesh to the legs here. Now, you might be like, oh my goodness, there's lots of lines going on here. Which, yes, there is lots of lines. You know, they're construction lines at the end of the day. You can start to rub out some of the lines that are a little bit more difficult for you to make out the shape of the actual meerkat. So here, I won't need that line. You know, I might need to round the knee a little bit more. Probably take this line away here. This kind of fades into the meerkat itself, so we don't actually need this line anymore. These lines here where I'd kind of kept as a little reminder of how much depth obviously the head was. I just put those little lines down there earlier using my ruler. Yeah.